Hey family, have you ever gone to church and wish you could ask the pastor a question? Have you ever wished there was someone sitting beside you that can answer questions about the Bible and tell you what it means to your life today? Hello, my name is Sonia Rice, and I am married to Pastor Bob Rice, and he is helping me understand Genesis chapter 2, and you are very welcome to join us. Enjoy.
He's hollering out, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. A man shall leave, and by the way, notice this, therefore shall a man leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife. Okay, and the father and mother is the primary relationship. See, today children are a primary relationship. In this day that Moses was writing in, parents were the primary relationship, and now you go from the primary relationship to a new primary relationship. So you leave and cleave. Okay, you leave the parents as being the predominant influence and importance in your life to now your spouse being that. And parents need to be cooperative in this as well, and because this is God's will and His order, and not force them to take sides or tempt them to take sides with you. You should help to encourage and push them toward their new spouse, because it's not always easy. You have, oftentimes you may have a son that was raised by a single mom, and sometimes you can be mom's friend as well as her son, and they get addicted to that aspect of the relationship just with the friendship, and now somebody else comes into the picture, and mom has needs, and your wife is expecting God's order by you leaving and cleaving, but you haven't really left. And
Emotionally.
and there's going to be there could be a demand of a righteous demand, because she's going to naturally be observant to see who has the most value with you. Who do you prefer? Who do you love? And that's what love means, preference. Okay, and she'll see by your actions what is the preference, and if it's not her, you failed in your service to her, and so you need to make it up. And I can tell you stories about mothers that wouldn't let go, and sons that were blackmailed, and and all different types of things, to it becomes a power struggle between mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, and it can get every degree of ugly.
Make life unnecessarily miserable
for everybody. And so it's and sometimes he doesn't even know how, or and sometimes there are overreactions on the part of a wife or the mother, and they're not seeing things clearly. They're only seeing things from their perspective and their feelings, and so it is it can put everybody in a tough spot, but this is God's order and God's will, to leave and to cleave.
And practically, I just thought about how do you balance the scripture that says honor thy father and mother. So you have a son who's thinking about that and wanting to honor his mother, and understanding that he needs to put his wife first.
Yeah. I think that the idea is he should honor his mother, and it's just that she doesn't receive the same level of honor. Okay, the passage doesn't say give all honor and glory to your parents, to your father and mother. It's just honor them. Now the passage really is dealing with retirement benefits. That's what honor your mother and father really means, is when they're too old to work, their financial upkeep is your responsibility. Okay, that's what honoring. Honoring Bible means a financial upkeep. Okay, so to the pastor who is laboring in the Word of God in prayer, he's to receive a double portion of honor. Okay, that doesn't mean you bow to him twice. Okay, that means that he should get additional support. Okay, twice what he needs. You know, is what the idea is, and so. It is especially those who labor in the Word and in prayer, and so the honor thing is you honor the government with taxes, you honor your parents with support, you honor your pastor with support, and that's generally what the Bible speaks of when it talks about honor. There are some exceptions, but that commandment is not one of them. And so that is dealing with that, because this is a very important part of human culture. Is when you're young, sometimes you don't feel like working. Okay, after you hit a certain age, you can't work. Okay, and so there was no Social Security. There was no government benefits, and what God is saying, that responsibility lies on the children. Okay, and per God, that is the responsibility, and so every young person needs to work and handle their money with that in mind, that you have X amount of parents, might be one, might be four, between hers and yours, okay? If and when it ever comes down to it and they need it. Now if your parents are rich, okay, they can take care of themselves, and they do not have dibs on your money, okay? But if they can't, okay, or if they are living in a substandard way, as opposed to how they used to, or even as to how you are living, okay, you need to honor them financially and make sure that that there is a balance between their old lifestyle and where they are now, and your lifestyle once you reach the maturity in your earning capacity.
But as far as the wife is concerned, she is the primary relationship.
She's it. She is the one above the children, above the parents, above the friends, above cousins, aunties, you name the relationship. The wife is number one, and vice versa. They are the priority. Everything else comes under. Yes, and it's subject to the agreement of that person's spouse. Okay, so that's something you guys got to work out. So you might say, hey, well my sister needs this. My parents need this. They need this. First of all, you got to, if you're coming under God's order, you know that you have a responsibility to your parents. So now the how and the how much comes to play. Okay, with rest of family members, friends, whatever. Those are things that you discuss. hopefully well in advance, even in advance of being married. You know, full financial plan. That's good stuff to talk about. It's better than, you know, it will bear more fruit than sitting around watching movies and having dinners, you know, to be mapping out, you know, how you're going to move forward. Those are some great conversations, and they're helping you. It's hard work because you're going to have disagreements, but if you lay the foundation early and go through the tough, hard work of handling those decisions early, when they come, they're already worked on, and you've already done the hard work. Now you just need to implement. And hopefully you were making provisions all along the way.
That's good. So that was Adam's song, huh? Okay.
And also, if you, like for instance, if you're dating somebody, it could be the man, it could be the woman, and if they have a brother or a sister, okay, and they're the kind of person that whatever their brother or sister asks them for, or aunt or uncle or cousin or whatever, and every time somebody asks them for money, okay, they're gonna give it to them, okay, and that really bothers you, okay, that's a good indication that you don't want to partner up with that person, okay, because you're gonna have to go through that. You make those decisions. That's right. But if you're all this is mixed up with sex and all that, you're not leaving that person for that type of thing. But you need to think hard. I mean, if it really sticks in your craw, okay, about, you know, somebody, when you thinking, hey, they should do for themselves, why take money that I worked hard for and give them they're able to do for themselves just like we're able to do for ourselves, and they're saying, well, that's my sister, that's my brother, that's my friend. I can't, you know, if they're in need, I'm gonna be there for them every time. Okay? There might be a untenable partnership there because your ideas are just too far apart.
Yeah, but the reality is, and it's great if you're single and you can make that decision before you get married, but there's always going to be something about a person that's not perfect.
Oh yeah.
So you just choose what you want to handle.
And that's right. And it's good to understand as many of those things. Some will hit you from the blind side. You never knew it, never had the occasion to come up. But for many of the things that came up before, and you see how they operate, and you know you think you're gonna change them. Okay, after you get married, okay, you know they're just like this, okay, but you think you're gonna change them mid-course of life, and they're gonna do what you say because you feel strongly about this, and you knew this about it in advance. That may not be fair to yourself to think that you can accomplish that. Okay, it's not fair to you, not fair to them. You know, like the parable. You knew I was a snake before you hugged me. You know, if a person's a snake, and you think that you're a snake charmer, good luck. Yeah, good luck with that. You know, the snake charmers get bitten all the time. You know, and so you have positive, hopeful thoughts when it's easier just to find someone that is in all the important areas, not in every area, but at least in the important areas, that they are reasonably suitable. Yeah. If you can't stand violence and a lot of commotion and loudness and yelling and screaming, and this is a loud person that's very demonstrative and things like that, you're not going to tame that out of somebody in under 20 years. Okay. You may get them down, but not in under 20 years, because that's them. And people rarely change, okay, major features of themselves, because when things get rough, that's what they run back to, okay? And if they do change, it changes slowly over time.
Possible, but slowly
Yeah.
over time, usually.
Yeah, yeah, with rare exception. Yeah, then sometimes they change, they grow. You'll say, well, they do it for me, you know, because they love me so much, they do it for me, until they don't. And then you're questioning whether or not they love you, but it didn't have anything to do with what's happening is you're trying to change something fundamental about a person, and that's not your job.
Not created in your image.
Yeah, they're not created in your image according to your likeness. They're created by God in His image after His likeness, and your job is to serve them only. That's your job, to serve, not to change them. It's to serve them. So, you know, but you're not gonna listen to me. You're not gonna listen.
That's not true. Somebody's gonna listen. Somebody's gonna listen.
You can't listen. You have to learn it the hard way. And
Somebody's gonna listen.
It's how it is, and it's fine. I stay busy. I stay employed by people doing it the hard way, and you know, and I'm glad to do it, and to see people through. But you know, man, I tell you, say, hey, you're gonna have this, and that's okay to have this problem. Okay, it's fine to have problems. Okay, in your marriage, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, just get ready for it. Okay, just take a deep breath and deal with the problems, and go through them, and keep on chugging away, and because you're going to have them, but if you can't stand problems, okay, they just you know, yeah, you're probably a good candidate for being single.
Hey family, I hope you enjoyed the Bible study. I hope you got something out of it. I heard a lot of good nuggets for myself. Go ahead and put comments in the comments below, or you can send your questions to questions@pastorbobrice.com. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and you can also hit the notification button so that you will be notified whenever we send out another video. We love you, family. God bless you. Live well, live right, and live forever.